off, first ban going to be coming from the side of Apex. Going to see if they are geared up with this new meta and how they're going to go ahead and treat it going into this first scrim best of 3.
Yeah, this is gonna. I want to see what goes about. Are they gonna let any of the new heroes like slip in? Are we gonna see a Terizla? Are we gonna see Mike? See, Apex knows how to play, man. You gotta ban that Franco. Dude has a 98% win rate, and it was like in the MSC, bro. Like you better ban that Franco. So I like that.
When you start
Good Valentina.
high enough, I think you deal with so many bad ones that when you reach this level of these people who can play, who got them fast hands, that aiming is on point, like Franco is just too big of a menace to be messing around with.
Oh, he's 100% nasty. You definitely don't want that to happen. So we'll see how things go. We'll see how things go here. Tournament lobby is still keeping us on our toes.
That 0. Just gonna go ahead and linger there for a bit, build up that intensity.
I mean, both of these teams are actually very new to me. They're pretty new to you as well, Private, right? Like, have we even seen these teams?
Not, but for the NACT.
Yeah.
That was my first view of them.
Did you get to watch them?
Not too much. I have done their matches, or I've been doing the data on their matches right now. So, or not right now, but I just got done with it like an hour ago. So I've seen their scores, some of the things that they played so far. But it's gonna be another thing watching them play. Interestingly enough, I mean, it seems like a going theme tonight is that Faramis ban.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Word has traveled.
I mean, we did see that Alice. We did see that Alice sneak through too. You know, like maybe Alice is going to be coming back into the meta. I mean, she was MVP of that last game. Of quite weird picks, but I mean, still MVP nonetheless.
Yeah, it's going to come down to, I think, about how these teams wish to engage the fights. We saw that Alice was picked up. Well, actually, I mean, most of their comps are more... Well, they played something different each time. The first game, it was that Franco to go ahead and pick off a certain hero, take him down, and then they would engage. Second game, they would burst in with that Alice to go ahead and zone them out while they went on to objectives. So, yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how these guys play into it. And especially with Faramis, like, what he could provide now, with that cult altar, with that moving immortality on the team, is just too much. And we do see that they went ahead and switched up a Karina, something I haven't seen in a long time, especially with a Belmont up.
You've been talking about her a lot, though. You know, like a lot of teams have just been. She's been slipping through the cracks, and she's such a good jungler. And I mean, with the tank meta kind of on the leg, its last leg, do you think that this Karina, I mean, we're going to find out, but do you think if she's going to go tank or magic?
Interestingly enough, I don't know. Personally, I like tank Karina. It's a very safe option. But when it comes to teams like this who are skilled, got them fast hands, I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't go with damage on her to get that early burst on her. I mean, I use it because I'm not as great as these dudes. I need people are gonna hit me. These dudes can probably slip in and out at their leisure. But it's interesting to see her picked up first right now, because I do consider Belmont a counter for her, and she does have a decent amount of counters now, especially with teams who can kite back. So maybe, I don't know, we're gonna see how well this pick works out. And a surprise pick for me, this Edith, who we have not seen in a very long time.
I was thinking the same when that Edith picked out. It seems like possibly a roam, and I mean, she got a buff. I mean, is it worth it here? I mean, this is where you should do your 100% do your testings, though. I mean, against teams that are in the NACT, you definitely want to put it down and see if it actually works, you know? Like, we're in the middle of a tournament switch. you know.
As a roam, I do like her. She does have such an amount of CC, like a huge amount of CC. But what's going to happen is when she gets into those sticky situations, she, like, your team needs to follow up. Like, you guys need to go in, and it needs to be successful, because one of the people that's not going to be getting out of that is going to be Edith if you guys aren't successful.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's going to be interesting to see how their engagements are going here.
And they have such a, I mean, with that Wanwan and the Esme, I feel like it's going to be a little rough. If they can possibly lock down the Wanwan, maybe. But this is, it's going to be interesting, especially the Yves pick too. So both teams got, I mean, the only thing that I'm not liking is the Edith, because it's so, you know, it's not normal. We don't know what possibly can.
You don't know what.
Yeah, it's like a wild card.
I do see that Balmon getting banned out there, and what you were talking about earlier is that that Alice pickup. The one thing though is on the side of Hikaru. They do have a little bit more balance than I do see on Apex. Like Apex, I feel like it's all melee right there. It's all going to be engagement right there, and I don't see much range on them right now. And that's Sicilian. We'll fix that right up. And on the side of Hikaru, they were lacking a little bit of early game, and they pick up that Paquito to go ahead and kind of fill in that hole as well. So we're going to see what they're going to be going for this roam right now.
Yeah, we're gonna probably see in the near future more Paquito jungles. He's slightly coming back. Like he does a lot of damage now with the recent buff. I feel like it's definitely gonna be good. Flick. Are we gonna see a Kufra flick? I'm excited to see what this Karina picks. You know, that's kind of what I'm going to be focusing and trying to see what the Karina does with the new meta.
Yeah, I would be surprised if I don't see a lot of support for the marksman, that gold lane on the side of Hikaru here, because that is going to be probably, I mean, honestly, that's kind of the only target I really see. Unfortunately, we do have this Dairoth into an Esmeralda matchup here, so it's really going to come down to how patient Esmeralda can be and what type of support she's going to be able to get, because she's definitely not going to be winning that lane against the Dairoth.
No, exactly, and she picked she had Esme first, so they definitely picked that as a straight counter, which is nice. Even Popo is almost a good counter to Wanwan too, so we're gonna see.
That's what I was talking about with that early Esmeralda as well.
Yeah,
like, I don't understand. Like right now, she's just not in a good place on the meta. But we're going to see, we do have, this is the first match, Apex taking on Hikaru. We are starting it off right now. We do see a little bit of a cut lane up at the top. Dairoth and Edith going to go ahead and join up mid. Wonder if Flick even knows it's coming. He's going to go ahead and face check this push.
Maybe. No. Oh, but a Flick
does get caught on with a decent amount of damage, gets taken down early game.
Oh my God. Maybe Edith? New Franco? Oh
my God.
Oh my.
That Popo and Koopa go down. Miracle does take down Flick, and it is the opening minute, and we have 3 deaths on the board already. And we do see a decent amount of damage going on to Esmeralda there, but it looks like she's going to be able to disengage. TCC comes
steals the lethal.
Oh, Jesus.
Miracle.
Oh man, man, very with that flicker, a lot of trust in his ability, but it's not enough as Flick is able to take him down. Unfortunately, I feel like that early that we do see RK7 here, unfortunately, like sitting behind. It's gonna go ahead and decide to take up that minion. I wonder if TCC actually knows that he's there. Yeah, I think he's kind of, he does see that minion was gone, and they are setting up for a turtle right now. Not sure if the rest of the team is kind of ready or in position here. We do see Paquito cleaning up at the top there. But man, that early game, oh my God, and we do see a stun coming down onto multi-pack shite.
Oh, whoa. Okay. right. That was a good try, dude.
We do see
This
Flick
Edith
is going to go ahead and try to get away. Yeah, Edith becoming a huge issue. Been out of the meta so long now, maybe people kind of forgot about that. All that engagement that she does have and provide for a team. A little bit of a standstill here as the Lord is taking down a little bit above halfway. Flick in a little bit of trouble here. Does get CC down. Is going to be able to go down. And a turtle. Barizza is able to pick that up, and he does take down Thyroth as well. RK7 is able to go ahead and pick down Barizza, but man, right now, Miracle in trouble. He's trying to sidestep, but doesn't get away. And Kagome, unfortunately, joins as well. And this is, what is that, 7-6 in 3 minutes? Two
minutes. Like you said, 3 minutes, bro. This is an absolutely slugger fesh. Everybody is just throwing blows left and right. Man, this is great to see. It's some engagement we need to see here. I think Kufra could be dangerous in the end, especially with that flicker combo. So we'll see how that comes out. Both lanes are just kind of everybody's just duking it out. Like no one's really secured too much gold on any of the towers. Both teams are about neck and neck, not too far off in the gold industry. And I want to just, man, this Edith is getting the CCs done.
Yeah,
and
just a lot of those engagements. Unfortunately, in this early game, she provides so much that they're not actually. Oh, TC actually might be in a little bit of trouble. We do see a pop up down there by Miracle. There, TCC does go down, and Flick is in a little bit of trouble. Is not going to be able to get away. We do see that real world manipulation coming down. Is he going to be able to take down Kiki? He is not, unfortunately. Malty's going to go ahead and try to protect this.
He's not.
They're going to go ahead and dive. Yeah, he was going to go ahead, but. Man, this early game on the side of Apex is just overwhelming right now.
Dude, I'm telling you, the Edith is just absolutely devastating right now. I'm enjoying it, but I mean, we can't sleep on the fact that our Karina is like capitalizing on this. I mean, she's 5-1, so she's absolutely slaying and getting in there and getting those kills. So maybe this Karina is still a great pick. We're going magic damage Karina, not even tank build.
Flick.
Oh my
Flick, unfortunately, got caught in a bad way there, and does get taken out by the side of Apex. And it looks like that the team of Hikaru is going to go ahead and start on here, but they're not in a really good position to go ahead and try that. And getting zoned out by Memento right now, and they go ahead and pick that up pretty easily.
Yeah, this is a good. Both teams are slugging, man. Someone's coming out with a red eye here soon.
Yeah, unfortunately, it feels like that they picked Karina trying to bait out the Belmont pick because they were going to go ahead and use Edith anyway, because she does have that pop-up, which is usually like, oh my god, Kagome might be in trouble. Does get popped up, might not be able to get away here. He's going to try to run, hits that sprint, and puts up the smoke.
It's a nitrous there.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, man. Oh, but at the bottom, it does look like TCC able to get a little bit of rage. Flick is actually in a little bit of trouble down there. Does get taken out by RK7 on that Karina.
Yeah, these are absolutely slugger feshes. I mean, do you think, like, I mean, the Edith is 100% a role changer here, but I'm thinking again, like, I think the combination, I mean, even the whole team's doing just so well in Apex, but the Karina is just flying through. Getting picks.
Is able to sidestep that. Is Barizza actually going to go ahead and have to disengage here? He does have both of his buffs here. We do see a little bit of engagement down here. Flick is going to go ahead and put some damage on, but you're going to go ahead and disengage there.
Oh, they might. Oh my god!
ECC blown up. Man, a little bit too far in front there. We do see a little bit of a slow coming down there. Is going to go ahead and zone out the rest of the team, but we do have 23 seconds left on this turtle. So I think that's where we're going to start seeing this next fight happen here. Oh, yeah, I spoke too soon. There goes
my god, bro!
She's
oh my god!
Not able to get away, and then. Man,
this Karina is just shredding this enemy's team like just knife, like a hot knife and butter, like just absolutely. Like, dude, does the team have any defensive items? Like, that team might want to start building some magic defense.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really think they had. I mean, the only thing I know of right now is that Balmond pick could have helped them out. But when you have that Edith on there, I'm not really sure what else he would have been able to do because they don't really have the counter. And now that she's starting to get fed, Multi in a little bit of trouble. Does get popped up. He's going to get CC'd into a coma there until he is taken down. Unfortunately, Edith is not going to be able to find the escape. And that's what we were talking about earlier, is that if the team can keep on trying to lure Edith into an engagement that the team cannot follow, Edith is going to fall pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, Hikaru has the ability with this Wanwan, you know? I mean, the possibility of holding out to the late game, utilizing this Wanwan, that's why Flick is just constantly staying with her. Just because the Popo, again, is such a good lockdown, tied in with a Karina, like, they're just absolutely melting her so fast. Like, she can't even proc anything. But I think mid to late games, they're going to have something good here. Oh my God.
Unfortunately, man, Flick not able to give like enough vision to let him know when hand. Flick gonna go down pretty quickly as well. And man, there is nothing right now stopping this push from the side of Apex.
Dude, I mean, they're just absolutely, the Karina's just eating everything. She's so fed. Someone needs to stop her, bro.
Yeah,
miracle.
Why Karina was so dangerous early in this meta.
And I mean, she's still utilizing the jungle.
Yeah, I mean, it's still very strong right now, and Karina is going with that damage build, not really going with the tank build. And I mean, being so far ahead, I would do the same thing as well. There's really no need to actually go for defense. Oh my God, we do see Flick in a little bit of trouble here. Unfortunately, man, bushes are not even safe for him. He is going to be able to get away. Real world manipulation does come down. Miracle is able to get out with a bunch of CC in homage to the rest of the team there. We do see TCC putting on the damage. Doesn't have an ult yet though. And man, a decent, not a great, but a decent reversal and counter there by Hikaru.
My God, man. I mean, it's still a slaughter fest. 31 kills total. 10 minutes approaching. Like, this is a high kill game right now. And the only thing I can say that possibly Hikaru could do is that they need to wait till late, but yeah, they just need to wait till late and then possibly turn it around. Maybe get a pick on a Lord if you can sneak it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, going ahead and hitting up those minions at the bottom did let Apex know where the rest of the team was, so they're going to go ahead and start on this Lord and pick it up pretty easily. They're going to go ahead and be answered, though, with a tower at the bottom from Hikaru.
Yeah, I mean, they did attempt to try to get a little push in, which is good. I mean, that's I mean, you got a tower, so that's extra gold. The team is staying close-knit now, which is what they need to do, because one mishap and Karina is coming to eat you.
Ooh. Yeah, they are, and yeah, they're basically just, they're all on the side of Apex. You just have this big group waiting to get that pick off. And what I have been seeing that has been successful is basically you have Flick on that Kufra, able to kind of bait out that gank, and then the rest of the team he kind of kites backwards and lets the rest of the team do the damage. And that's what they need to do here, but not take too long here, because they are being encroached upon right now as this Lord at the bottom lane is going to go ahead and meet the inhibitor tower. It doesn't look like he's going to last too long right now, but all these lanes are crashing in right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, the teams... Oh.
Esmeralda actually might be in a little bit of trouble there. Is pulled out a little far, is able to go ahead and back up a bit. A little bit of a flicker there, maybe a little early there. Are they going to be able to get this tower? The rest of the team is coming up here to go ahead and provide some support so that Kagome can disengage back to get full health.
Yeah, and I mean, this again, it's come into this tide where they're defending really well. One of the best characters on their team right now is that Yves. She has the best base defense in the game, you know, like just able to control lanes with no problem. It looks like Hikaru over here they're trying to get like a little easy area to maybe get a quick set or something. They're trying to get something, but Apex is not just giving them anything. It's a little rough for them right now, but there's still the possibility of a comeback. Late game is 100% something that you don't want to get into right now. I mean, they have a good late gamer, Sicilin. The whole team's up here trying to push this side lane in. Oh my god!
So Dyroth and Dyrus is going to go ahead and flicker and dash away. Are they going to be able to catch on to him? Momentum gets taken down. Oh man, a great effort, but unfortunately down here at the bottom, they are pushing in. Is Apex and is Multi going to be able to handle this solo? Miracle pushed in a little deeper than she wants to be, and is going to be, it does have to ult out there. Baruzu, oh my god, gets taken out quickly. Paquito laying on the ground. Kagome taking a heap of damage, is able to make it back to base, and this might be a little bit of an overextension by the side of Apex, as they're now going to have to go ahead and disengage here. We do see Kagome coming in onto this. Popo and Koopa is able to take him down, but next up is coming poor Miracle. He is not going to be able to run or CC his way out of this. We do see that immortality has been activated, but from the back, TCC right there to provide the support.
And I don't know if you caught it, while during all of that fighting, Wanwan almost backdoored. She broke all the way into the all the way into the inhibitor. So crazy. They might be able to get a Lord here with 2 members down on the side of Apex. This is what they need, man. Now they can clear up their towers. Now they can turn the tide. Like, this would be a crazy comeback.
Yeah, it's really interesting and maybe a little greedy on the side of Apex, pushing so far in and having the whole team there. I think they thought they had it in the bag, and then 2 members fall, and unfortunately right from there they started getting pushed back. And I was going to go ahead and compliment, in fact I still can, is that after these Lords came out, what I did notice is that Apex immediately took up positions to surround where the Lord was going to spawn again, to basically protect that position. But unfortunately, I think, like I said earlier, is that they went ahead, they went out there and tried to push from the bottom, and kind of fell out of position there. And man,
Esme
right now is the Lord Esmeralda's caught out, and this is not what Hikaru wants with the Lord coming down. This might be a wasted Lord, unfortunately.
Oh, the Lord's definitely not making it into any bases. They're just trying to clear up some of the lanes here. If they don't even, it doesn't even seem like they were even able to secure a tower. I think that Esme going down was a little bit of a wrong move, getting caught out like that.
Oh, we do see an airborne Kiki there. Unfortunately, Miracle, they're chasing on the Miracle, but is that the target you really want? TCC, I was about to say, we do have a real world manipulation is coming down onto Miracle, but we do see up at the top, Memento in the fray of things right now is able to take down Multi, but it takes down himself by TCC on that Wanwan. So we do have a 1-for-2 trade here for the side of Hikaru. Flicker is going to look at the comeback in here. Unfortunately, RK7 does go down, and this looks like it is in the favor of Hikaru. Are they going to be able to push this in right now? Only one more inhibitor left, but it looks like the enemy side of Apex still has 5 towers up. Are they going to be able to make that tower, that time down? That's 1 tower. TCC trying to make it a 2nd tower. We do have a conceal play coming in, as a Kagome might have been baited in there a little bit, is going to go ahead and disengage, and it looks like they are going to be able to get that 1 tower, but man, they're starting to creep back.
This is crazy. This is what I was talking about, though. The Wanwan, like, again, unless the Karina is kind of now falling off, like, a little bit, like her damage, like if she goes in, she could possibly get killed before she can do much. And maybe they're just, and again Dyroth falls off late game. He's not as good of a fighter in the late game. So, I mean, they're going to, on the side of Apex, they need to rely on their Sicilin. The Sicilin, and then they're going to have to protect that Popo to possibly get something turned around here, because it's leaning now towards Hikaru here. Even though they have a lot of their turrets down, their team fighting is way better right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not much that Karina can do. We just saw her dive into them. You're not facing singled out opponents anymore. You're not able to catch them out. They're grouped. And as soon as Karina comes in, the rest of the team kind of falls into position around that character to try to take Karina down quickly. So, I mean, it's going to be on who can play this late game better. Okay.
Oh.
TCC dangerously close to RK7, hiding in that bush. Oh, man, he does get caught out, and we do see the Bats Feast come out by Jen. I hope I said that right. Jing.
I mean, close enough.
Play does come out. Are they going to be able to make something? Oh, they get the pop-up.
Oh!
Unfortunately, and it catches Hikaru off, and in surprise, TCC goes down. That's
Might
3
be
players
it.
down with no answer. 4 players down.
What a bosh.
What a beautiful flicker pop-up by Miracle. Oh, caught them by surprise, and poor Flick here alone is not going to be able to stop the rest of Apex from taking this tower. But man, what a great game. Oh,
yeah.
There's that last fight there.
Dude, that was crazy. I absolutely thought they could have made a comeback there. They definitely could have made a comeback there. I can't, man. That game was, I liked it. It was high energy, crazy, but Apex does take the dub. Round 1. Man, private.
I'm going to tell you, such a great, man, it started out super wild, and it kind of almost reminded me of like just kind of like a ranked game where just people just it was basically if you were watching a boxing match, it was just 2 people just swinging wildly at each other to see what worked. And then but at the beginning it started to favor Apex there with RK7 on this Karina just getting kill after kill after kill to the point where they were at an 8k gold lead. And then eventually, man, with so not to take anything away from Apex, because they won the match, and their positioning, I mentioned it earlier, their positioning was so good. The Lord came out. They were making sure that all lanes were synced up. When the Lord went down, you saw the side of Apex position immediately around where the Lord was going to spawn again, hiding in bushes, looking for another pick there, just biding their time, knowing that they had the lead and to be patient. But then, unfortunately, as that late game started coming in, I think there was just a small adjustment period where Apex had to learn the hard way that this was late game and they can't just be diving in with that Karina into 5 people and expect to be able to come out. Same thing with Miracle, was having a little bit of issues there, trying to tank all the damage when you have the entire team kind of grouped up. This isn't just ganking a lane, this was an entire team. But eventually, Hikaru was able to go ahead and close down that 8k gold lead and make it a closer game than it initially looked like it was going to be. But unfortunately, Apex able to kind of capitalize on some mistakes by Hikaru. They got caught out. Like, I mean, that's where it comes down to, especially in that late game when you're waiting on that Lord. It's who gets caught out first. And unfortunately, Miracle on that Edith was able to go ahead and catch out Hikaru. They singled out, I believe it was Kufa who got caught out first.
Yeah.
And then TCC trying to provide some support there, got killed too. And then that was 2 right off the bat, and then the rest is history there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the downfall came to that dance around Lord, man. I mean, everyone needed that Lord, but then just the Wan got caught. Edith played very well. And again, that was like the black horse thrown into the fray right there. It was like, how was Edith going to perform?
It's really interesting because Edith hasn't been around for a while. I talk about this way sometimes with Jawhead as well. I feel like Jawhead used to have this great position as a roamer, but then people knew what to expect from him. They knew he's going to flicker in, he's going to try to toss one of us out there. And they immediately started getting ready. As soon as he would flicker in, he'd get immediately stunned down and get beaten down. Right now, I feel there's a nice little sweet spot for Edith, who has been out of the meta for a while. I still feel like we saw it kind of there towards the mid game, the issues with Edith, and especially right at the beginning. I think Edith got taken, wasn't Edith one of the first deaths on the side of Apex? So like she still does have that vulnerability of diving in and getting caught and then having nowhere to go as she gets bursted down. But she's been out of the meta so long that I feel like people, it's still kind of a little bit of surprise. Not that these players don't know all of these characters, but I feel like that since she's been gone so long, it does come as a surprise where you're like, oh yeah, she can do that.
Yeah, no, she was. It was interesting to see her play. I think maybe the Hikaru just maybe they underestimated the amount of CC. You know, like you don't ever go against her very often, so could have just been something that snuck up.
Yeah, in the early game, definitely, but toward the mid game, they started kind of coming together very quickly on what they could do. I mean, and that's sometimes how this works out too. Is like you have to get through that early game because you have those weak lanes that are susceptible to those Karina ganks, and then toward the mid game, you're going to be battling as a team where you have more support and you can depend on your teammates to be able to peel for you. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. Second one, we have Hikaru on the left side, blue side this time. Going to have the first pick and the first ban, and following in suit with Apex, they're going to go ahead and ban out that Franco.
Yep. I mean, oops. There's the Karina.
They don't want to see it, obviously, which is interesting too, because like, even though Apex used it, I wouldn't have assumed that Hikaru would be using, because we just haven't seen Karina too often. Maybe Hikaru favors it a little bit. And we do see that Balmond ban coming out. Man, this Franco, I find it unbelievable sometimes, because when I first joined this game, when I first started playing Mobile Legends, I think around M1, Franco was basically the joke and the of like
the tanks.
And now the fear that he inspires in people to see him on the enemy team. It's like, where is he, guys? Where is he? I lost eyes on Franco.
You just see the big man speeding through the bushes, and you're like, oh geez, I know what's coming. You get bonked on the head.
Get out of the water! Get out of the water!
Julian's still getting banned. They're not banning Edith this time around. So maybe they just don't. They might think it might have been a fluke. I mean, it possibly could have just been a really good played Edith, you know? Like
well, yeah, and that's why I said, like, I feel like toward the mid to late game, I mean, that last fight, I don't think that was Edith's dominance. It's just somebody made a mistake. So, I mean, any character, I feel like, would have been able to capitalize off of that mistake, catching somebody out and then catching that Wanmon really quickly. So they started, it took them a little bit, but towards the mid to late game, I think they did kind of have the setup and their eyes on Edith and how to kind of counter it.
They let a fair miss. They let a fair miss slip through.
So we might be seeing Faramis here.
I'm wondering. I mean, we've seen how much he's been banned. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't like slip through the cracks here.
We do still have some other priority picks, especially on the mage role. We do have that Xavier still out there as well. Some other junglers that might be. Oh, there he is. So I'm excited. I want to see what's all like, honestly, because I only get to play in ranks, and I'm gonna tell you right now, there's not a lot of great Faramis players out there right now. out in rank world.
Out in the world, yeah.
Yeah, out in Mythic 1, they're still trying to learn. So I want to see what it's in the hands of a top 32 team can do here.
I'm gonna say probably something good, but the Edith gets picked again.
Yep, looks like they've found a niche. They found something that they really want to capitalize on. In that early game from her, the CC is unmistakable.
And an Esme early without a Dyroth pick or ban. Oh, they don't go Dyroth. Maybe they just don't have a good Dyroth player, or maybe they throw the Maz in the jungle. This is I wonder what are they thinking? You know?
It's not a terrible pick because I mean I love a Thamus with some type of mobility, and the Faramis does bring that, because when he does cast that Cult Altar, not just Thamus but the entire team gets a boost of movement speed and immortality. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays into it, and if there is a counter on the side of Apex here, because it's gonna make these teams, yeah. Lo Yi did get a little bit of a buff on her ult now, so I mean, Lo Yi I've always felt is kind of underrated right now. She's underutilized, especially in 5-mans, where her ult can, when you have your entire team on the same page for a Lao Yi ult, it's just such like a menace for the team, because you never know where she's coming from, especially since they made that change to her ult where you can no longer hear it in the bush. Like, it's just a complete surprise when you have the entire team come out of a bush that you just checked.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see that. Apex is 100% just throwing some stuff out there, and I'm enjoying this. I'm definitely enjoying this. They're banning a Claude, they banned a Kai, they banned Ling. This is interesting.
Yeah, yeah, and
Lance, Jesus.
Pretty interesting. Yeah, pretty interesting here, because they are pretty heavy on the magic damage. They're gonna go ahead and pick up that Poquito as well. I believe that was what that was on Hikaru's side last time as well. So and that's gonna bring a pretty decent amount of early game damage as well. So yeah.
What? Leo Jungle? What?
I will say, in the best way possible, I would like to see what they can do with Leo.
In the same.
I have not seen too much success with him. I know he did get a few. I don't know if you call it a full revamp on him, but there was a lot. There's some changes, some damage changes as well to some of his abilities. He's a lot more tankier when he does use that Phantom Steed. And then we do see a Lapu. Wait, so we're not going to be going with a marksman here on the side of Hikaru. We're going to see if that might be a problem.
Maybe Edith is the marksman.
Neither side went, oh my gosh. I mean, Edith was originally, when she came out, she was played in the gold lane. And they kind of treated her, oh, never mind. I don't even know why. I did tournament lobby.
On this episode, on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Unfortunately, on the side of Hikaru, it looks like they are going to go ahead and go without a marksman. And I am kind of curious to see who they're going to be putting in the gold lane. I would assume Lapu, only because he's probably got the most range between him and Thamus to be able to compete with marksmans. And the ability to be able to close the distance. I know Thamus can sometimes. I just find Thamus a little slower and probably more geared towards the XP lane. But if anything, as I've ever been proven, if I've been proven anything in any of these matches being a caster, is that they're probably going to do the exact opposite of what I just said. So I guess we're going to go ahead and find out here.
Dude, this is like... It's like refreshing our casting, you know, like we're seeing such crazy picks recently, you know. I mean, of course, this ain't for money or anything right now. These are just people practicing and having fun, I would hope. But pulling out some craziness, I love it. I love it.
5 seconds till
and we're seeing, I want to know, so Faramis is 100% roaming. Faramis is roaming. They don't have a roam yet on the side of Apex. I only see a jungle so far initiated. We're still missing.
So that's gonna be interesting. I do assume that.
Oh Miracle... no, Edith got it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say Miracle was gonna be roaming there. So we're gonna see how they're gonna go ahead and be able to kind of clash here at this early game. I mean, this new Lethal Wanderer timing made so that both teams are gonna be able to have time to be able to meet there. We do see a flicker come out pretty early there, unfortunately, and it does look like Apex is gonna go ahead and be able to pick that up.
Miracle has just been absolutely slaying when it comes to controlling those lethal wonders, man.
Yeah, and it remains to be seen how well Hikaru is going to be able to kind of get to that late game where they're going to go. Oh my god, unfortunately, caught out TCC.
Oh
goes
my
down.
god.
It couldn't have been worse timing. You have to, somebody up there has to be mad at you because that was such luck that you said that Miracle was coming up at the exact moment that he flicked, he went ahead and dived out there. And unfortunately,
look at this early game. Bro, this Edith is just, no one can survive. It's a brawl. It's gonna be a brawl once again.
Yeah, unfortunately, man, this early game aggression that's able to be provided by this Edith is just way too much. Oh, and looks like Kagami actually might be in a little bit of trouble here as they do get caught, pop up, and a lot of damage coming down. Leomore does go down and followed quickly behind by Miracle. Unfortunately, they're able to go ahead and turn that a little bit around there. Flicker actually in a little bit of trouble, is going to be trying to disengage. He's not going to be able to, as this turtle is going to go ahead and be picked up by RK7 for the side of Apex.
Man, again the Edith is coming in, and we're actually seeing the Low Yi actually able to pull off a decent amount of kills very early as well. So again, I think like you were saying, she's just like one of those understated mages that we just don't see a lot, but she can deal a lot of damage. So I can't wait to see how it's played.
Oh god, TCC and Kiki having a little bit of a match off here. I'm not sure if TCC. Oh, Kiki doesn't realize that we do have the in coming in. A Dawning Light does go wide, but Leomar's going to be able to clean that up. A pop up onto Multi, but I think more or less just to kind of like distance out the rest of the team there. But I mean, like you were saying with the Lao Yi, a great pick, especially into all these fighters. Like it's like, because there's not going to be a very little mobility for it, and once she catches the group, like it's pretty much a wrap because she's going to be just throwing out them yin yangs.
Yeah, I mean, if they really know how to do the double set, it's devastating. And then you got an Edith that just literally locks people down. Whoa, whoa. Dude just seen his life flash before his eyes. Like, I thought Franco was scary. Edith is kind of being scary.
Oh, wow. And from behind, TCC is going to be able to dash away. Dawning Light does go a little bit wide. Unfortunately, not enough. We do see that immortality being popped by that Cult Altar of Faramis, but not able to provide enough as both Faramis and TCCC go down. Multi might be in trouble. Why would you poke your head and run?
Oh, Leo, though.
We do see Leomord is coming in here, putting on some damage there, but man, not sure if that's kind of the fight he wants to be taking right now. Unfortunately, like, yeah, like, what do you do as a melee character to try to come in here, especially when you have somebody like Jean on that Lao Yi, who's going to be able to provide those yin yings?
No, the dive on this team's insane with the Paquito, with the Mia lockdown, with the Esme. This is gonna be interesting. It's gonna probably come into late game again for Hikaru.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming out there. Dawning Light does connect. Unfortunately, Kiki does go down, and Barizza's still charging in. I'm not sure this is the fight he wanted. Look at all that damage. But unfortunately, Multi able to pick up the kill. But Laoyi's gonna have to go ahead and catch that quick ride back home because that was a lot of damage that just came down. I don't think
both teams are slugging. Oh, the GGs.
Memento does come in. A lot of damage going on to Multi, but not able to advance with that stun coming out from Miracle. Unfortunately, TCC might be in a bad way here. This is why we don't see. Oh, we do see that Cult Altar coming out. Is it going to be enough to save TCC? Who gets taken down with an auto attack? Miracle in a bad way does go down, unfortunately, and Flick gets taken down by Jean. Man, a lot of damage. It's hard to almost keep track of all of the action that's going on here. Barizza gets taken. Oh my god. And gets pushed by RK7, who he's not even able to get the shield off. And then the rest of Apex go ahead and collapse around him very quickly. This is not what you want, Multi. So, man,
it was stuck
a little long there.
Yeah, stuck there trying to pull off all the combos.
RK7 actually might be in a
RK.
little bit of trouble as Gene is putting on the damage, but Thamus is in pursuit and able to take down Gene, and looks like he is going to go ahead and set his sights onto this Kiki. Oh man, another flip over by TCC. Pop up there, but I'm not really sure TCC really cares that much. They're just going ahead and trying to clean up the lane before the rest of them going to go ahead and reset on the map.
Yeah, I will say that Apex does have, they have quite a few turrets right now, but Hikaru's a little lacking. Uh-oh, oh my god.
Oh man, Kiki actually might be in trouble. Is able to take down Faramis before he goes down. Unfortunately, Gene does put on the damage onto Kagome. Man, it's kind of a back and forth, and we're starting to see it start slipping a little bit further into the side of Hikaru here.
Yeah, this is
apparently not enough to get
no,
those objectives, but
no. I mean, sometimes, but sometimes it turns into another all-out brawl. Like they're slap. That's like a slap fest. Like one person runs in, slaps him in the face, gets taken out, and another one comes in. Ooh, Edith doesn't have anybody right now to captivate on any of this. Maybe overextends. Nope.
Ooh, we do see coming in with that warrior stance is TCC, but a lot of damage coming out. Colt Alter is going to go ahead and bring the back. Is it going to be enough, though? A lot of damage coming down. We do see Edith go down there, saved by that Colt Alter. Man, that Colt Alter, as we start getting later and later into the game, is providing just so much more value into these team fights for the side of Hikaru. Oh, Flick actually might be in trouble. Gets taken down out a little far.
He hit a flicker into the group. Like, he just... Oh my god! Someone call the police! Mia just came in and massacred and then suicided. What is going on here?
A lot of damage. Oh my god. And we do see that the rest of Apex 4-on-2 is going to go ahead and charge into this lane. A little pop up there on Kagome. Actually might be a little bit of trouble here. And in the back, Lao Yi just pouring on the damage. Dawning Light does go just a little wide for Gene. Man,
Private can't catch a break here.
I'm trying to catch my breath here.
All right, dude.
Coming in right now, the pop-up does go on to Barizza. And man, unfortunately, I feel like Flick is just being caught out of position here right now. He like the value he provides to the team fight is unmistakable, but man, he really needs to kind of get a grip on how much damage he can take and what he can do if he gets caught. Like, you need to have an escape plan, and you can't be going out too far in front of your teams here.
No, I again, I mean, the Goldie difference is huge, and it's kind of just getting gaps now. Hikaru is gonna have to pull something out their hat trick. Oh my god, Private.
Man, pop-up does connect on the Flick. We do see that Colt Alter come out and is providing a decent amount of sustain for his team. Barizza is going to go ahead and try to get out of there. Flick gets taken down, unfortunately, and we do see a tower taken down by Maya in the mid lane. Unfortunately, here Barizza does get taken down. They're not even going for the Lord. It looks like it was just kind of more of a bait when they saw the opening come in and they saw that they had them out, man. They went ahead and chased onto that, and right now it's just going to go ahead and be soloed by RK7. And unfortunately, using that Dawning Light when the enemy is so close just provides an opening, and down goes Multi. Followed closely by TCC. It seems like he's kind of surviving here. Is going to be able to take a decent amount of damage with that champion stance, but not enough, as Apex is going to go ahead and clean that up along with getting the Lord.
Yeah, they're doing, I mean, my god, I mean, Apex is just, they're slaying, they're controlling, they've gotten a lot of the towers. Even though they're fighting, they know when to like slightly back out and then re-engage when their skills are ready. And I mean, we're still seeing the Lo Yi going 6-1 and 11. She's performing phenomenal versus, I mean, and Xavier's 2-2, but again, late game could still be another aspect for Hikaru here, because I mean, you have that Faramis, I mean, the healing, you have the Thamaz, and then of course you have that Xavier that's gonna hopefully start popping off. But the Lord is crashing down. They need to defend these last inhibitors on their base.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna go ahead and try to take down this Lord. TCC does go into champion stance. Is going to be able to get down a stun, and a Dawning Light does come in. A 3-man knockup by Miracle, who is going to go ahead and activate that immortality. But Maya, man, is tearing apart these towers, and with that suppressive fire that Jean is able to provide from the back, they need an answer for Jean right now because they are getting destroyed by this backline.
100%. And I don't think there's anybody besides, I mean, the Lapu Lapu might be able to get back in there, but I don't, even the Xavier, like the Xavier's trying to pick, like get some peel on that Lo Yi, but it just doesn't come through. She's able to kind of just escape and nobody actually jumps on her. So we're going to see how it turns out. They did defend their inhibitors. So their final inhibitors are still looking good. The team, Hikaru just needs like this right here. You're about to get ganged. Like,
unfortunately, Marissa does get picked off and followed by TCC, who goes ahead into the wrong bush, unfortunately. And this kind of comes down to like play style as well, too. Maybe in the draft, this was kind of, I would say, like a little bit of a weaker draft for the side of Hikaru, just because you don't have anything to be able to get in the back. And even the person who would be able to, that Lapu, he has Vengeance instead of like a Flicker that would be able to. So they really have no answer. We see Flick get taken down there. Dawning Light does come out, but not able to do too much damage. However, Damas able to take down that Maya, a big amount of damage and split pushing. And the thing is, too, as well, the jungle isn't always part of these team fights. Maya has also not been a huge part of the team fights as well. They know when to juggle this around, when to get into the team fight, when to engage, and when to oh my god, look at all that damage coming out, and unfortunately, Multi goes down, followed quickly behind by RK7, and they are giving chase to Jean. Are they going to be able to get him down? You see those yin yanks coming out desperately, but down goes Jean. Kagami on a roll here, and unfortunately, this
Go back, get Lord.
A little bit more than the rest of Apex can provide. And are they going to be able to get this Lord? This might be a huge pickup for Hikaru here, though. But unfortunately, it looks like they're going to have to go ahead and disengage here. Miracle latching on to this Faramis here. Flick trying his best to get away. Oh no!
Drags him into him.
Drags Esmeralda closer, unfortunately. And that was not good news. Dawning Light does come out, but not really providing too much damage out there, as right now, Memento is a tanky monster right now, just kind of sitting here in their face while the rest of Apex is able to go ahead and pick up this Lord.
I can't believe that they didn't engage on like them surrounding the Lord. I mean, it was literally 4 against like 2, and with the Mia just barely coming back. Oh
my gosh, unfortunately you do see Xavier go down there, over there. Maya does get taken down quite quickly. Unfortunately, I'm not really too sure how. Okay, more damage coming out. Looks like Leo actually might be in trouble here. Does get taken down. RK7 is on the retreat here, but Kagami kind of latching on, putting on, especially with that, oh my god, so much. Dude, as soon as she hits a yin yang, that's pretty much half health the entire team. We do
Lord pushes are the
Lord,
craziest.
Yeah, pushing on to the top, and we do see Falling Moonstar comes in. Miracle with a flicker and a pop-up on the entire team, and unfortunately, this might be it. TCC in the fray of things with that champions hit. Dawning Light comes in and takes out almost half the team there. TCC goes down, but Xavier putting on the boots and the damage here as Kagami is trying to give chase, but unfortunately not going to be enough to chase out. Dawning Light does not connect, unfortunately.
And almost gave Esmeralda a haircut.
Yeah, even though they came in with that 3-man pop-up, a great set by Multi there to go ahead and set up the CC, and then that Dawning Light connected on the entire team of Apex there, and brought them low so that the rest of Hikaru could go ahead and clean that up. And then this is what we saw last game. That you had to just they thought they had it in the bag, did Apex, and maybe got a little too greedy, maybe not respecting the damage as you start moving here into the 15-minute mark. I mean, I know you're up by like more than half, but like there's still something that Hikaru can do here, and especially when it comes to kind of defending their base.
Oh, definitely. And I mean, they're kind of turning the tide. They did the same exact thing last game, but again, one just little mistake. Like, get that Esmeralda, lock her down, boys. Can you though? She's so fast, you can't even do nothing to her. Man, she's in the whole team.
Xavier, who was trying to get away, gets taken down. Unfortunately, like you can't just let Esmeralda into your back line there. You need to be covering, especially for Xavier.
I like that CGs.
The rest of Apex here right now is going to go ahead and take down this last inhibitor tower. With the minions, are going to go ahead and meet. Ooh, that stun does go a little bit wide there as the damage is coming out. We do see Kagome coming in, trying to put the damage on. Flick goes down, and that might be it as Bariza follows quickly behind. Kagome coming in there is able to take down Kiki. TCC putting on the damage, but is it going to be enough? He gets taken down. This is a wrap in favor of Apex. Able to take the win.
The best of 3 dub. GG's to both teams. That was phenomenal fighting. I ain't gonna lie. That's literally look at that was a high kill game, bro. Oh my, 20 and 36. Oh my god.
Interesting thing there is I really like I'm not gonna lie, I like Edith in this, just because it makes, especially that early game, I feel like Edith provides a lot of engagement opportunities for the players, instead of what we've been seeing for the most part is like a very safe early game until the turtle comes up and then people start meeting. This also might kind of be a little bit more related to that timing of that Lethal Wanderer as well, but like Edith, the amount of CC that she was providing and being able to put on to Hikaru here, it's just amazing. However, like, I mean, on the side of Hikaru, I mean, there were some mistakes there, and like we've talked about this before, when you're up against a certain level of teams, once you make a mistake like that, I mean, in certain levels, it's all right. Your team can kind of back you up there, but against a team like Apex, if you're out in front as a roamer, as a support, if you pull forward a little too much and your team isn't in position to help you out, you're gonna get caught, you're gonna get ganked very quickly by a team with the cohesion that Apex has. Along with what we saw the front line push a little too far forward in that last fight. Esmeralda cut into the back line, and even with the entire team basically like hanging on her ankles, she was still able to chase down Xavier and get the kill on him and still get out alive. So I mean, man, it's a live and learn situation here, unfortunately.
I wonder if, I mean, again, it could just be she's like one of those heroes that you see with a certain comp team, but again, like you were saying, I feel like her early is something we haven't seen out of any hero, you know, just being